Hello, everyone. This is Manoj here from Market Edges for Profit. Once again, this is the 18th of May, and we're about 7:25 odd in the evening. And I've done some research over the weekend as to what's happening in the market and what are we going to look forward. If you've seen the last few reviews that I've done and the analysis that I've given you, they've worked beautifully. And I'm very happy to tell you that if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them up at the end of the video and you can have a look at them and then compare them with where we are today. And you will see that we have actually achieved what we were looking to achieve. Now, obviously, I'm going to give you two possibilities, in fact, three. And what the intent of these videos are to give you those road markers from where you'll be able to, know where your journey is going towards, where the price journey is going to. So when we want to reach the target or when you reach a destination, there are few things that'll come on the way. And if they come on the way, you keep on tracking and check, and you are assured that you're on the right path and you're reaching in the right direction, and you're not wavering and going to the wrong direction to your ultimate destination. That's the intent of these videos, because if we are moving to an next target, and if we reach somewhere in between, which was a placed marker, that gives us assurance that our end target is actually on the way and it will happen. That gives us the confidence. And then you can always trade from one level to the marker and then to your destination. That's the way to trade. I find that's the best way to trade. And I use that in my trading and I'm successful at it. And I think if I'm successful, it should work for you too. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the sum of all parts. Now, what is the sum of all parts? The sum of all parts is the various sectors that represent the Nifty, the Bank Nifty, and our markets, actually. In fact, the Nifty comprises of a lot of subsectors, right? The market is divided into a lot of sectors. And if we assess what the sectors are doing, and if we see a particular pattern as to what the sectors are telling us, on a large extent, it tells us what the market is going to do. And that in turn helps us to, give us an idea as to what the Nifty is going to do, because Nifty is a sum of all these sectors. It's represented by all the major sectors, and that's how Nifty is formed. And Nifty is the barometer of the market. The other important component is the Bank Nifty, which is connected to every sector that we speak about. So without spending much time on me giving you this lecture, let me take you to the charts, and I'll share you the charts that will tell us what we're doing and how are we faring. So if you see, this is the first chart that I'm looking at, the Nifty 50 index. And the last journey that I wanted us to start was at 23,898. And this was my first marker, 24,879. We've actually crossed it and we've done really well. We started this journey somewhere around, what was the date? I'll give you the date on which we'd marked this. This was the 21st of April. So in a month's time, we have taken out the first target that we were looking at. And what was the first target? It's approximately 1,000 points. It's taken us 1,000 points. It's taken us a month to get these 1,000 points, but good. We've done well in spite of all the news on the war and everything else. The industry, the market is doing really well, and it has breached this important threshold of 24,879. Now, the spot chart. The moment you decide that you're going to be above this, the next target is going to be 26,344, which is the all-time high, I guess. Yeah, which is the all-time high. So that's further away. That's about 1,500 points. When do we reach that is something that we cannot actually give you a timeline. But yes, we are on track to get to this level. This is what the Nifty is telling us. Let's take the next stock in our understanding. This is the Bank Nifty. We've been sideways in the Bank Nifty for most of the last month, which is not surprising because it had taken a huge move and we are sideways, we are consolidating, but we are looking bullish. Last 5 days, we are keenly bullish, and I am expecting us to get to 56,122 again sometime soon. And then if we break this level of 56,122, which was the all-time high, we should creep higher again. So this is nothing else but a period of some consolidation. We're not looking at any serious breakdown because there's been a very good support that we've seen around this last breakout area of 54,000. So I'm bullish on the Bank Nifty too. That's two bullish charts for me. The third one that I'm looking at is CNX PSE. PSE stands for the public sector enterprises. And if you see again, we've crossed this threshold of 9,889, about 9,900. And my charts tell me that we are heading to 10,402. That's a 1,400 point gap that we are going to bridge. It's not going to be a lot of time that's going to be taken to bridge this gap because we have very little resistance in form of any major formations in the chart in the sticks at the left end. So this is going to be a smooth sail. You need to check the components of the PSE to understand which stock amongst the PSE is going to do your best. So that's the homework that you have. You look at these sector moves and you look at the components of this sector and then decide for yourself and choose which of the stocks within the sector is going to do great. So this is as far as the PSE goes. We'll go to CNX Realty. Again, we've crossed a threshold of 888.7 and heading to 970. That's another 10% upside that I'm looking at in this particular chart. CNX MidCap, see how beautifully we breached this in the last 4 days and we've been consistently going up. If you follow my group, I have long on the CNX MidCap CP Nifty, and this is not the same chart, but some of these components form a component of the mid CP Nifty, and that's showing a bullish trend, and we can see that on this chart too. Again, looking at this breakout, we're heading for 58,442 and subsequently 59,722. Again, a bullish chart. Let's look at CNX Media. We've just managed to cross this breakout level on the CNX Media, and again, looking bullish for these two targets on the top. Looking at CNX Energy, again, a beautiful chart. We've had a breakout somewhere in 21st of April. That's when we had this breakout, and then further formation. We got another breakout somewhere here. This formation has also been broken out in the last 2 days. There is some resistance on the top, but nothing major. Once we cross 36,214, nothing can keep us from going to 38,204. This again is on a bullish move, and we can expect it to go higher. Beautiful chart to look at if you want to be long. The CNX MNC, again, what can I say? Again, a breakout. And look how beautifully it's reaching out to higher levels. All the charts looking bullish. CNX Auto. CNX Auto has been moving well. If you see the last few days consistently edging up, we have these two resistances on top here, but should not be a problem taking them down because we've just broken out, and this is our next target. What is our next target? Let me mark it out for you. The next target is 24,255. That's your next target. And going beyond that, these two targets are something that we should be achieving in the short run. Let's look at CNX FMCG. We are yet to get a real momentum on this one. We are sideways, and the moment we cross this level of 57,371, we should be looking at 58,801 and further on. So I don't see a lot of resistance on this chart too, and we could be looking higher once we cross the 57,371 level. We are sideways currently, and nothing to complain about. This chart is steady, and we're not seeing any breakdown to worry about. Then we go to CNX Commodity. Beautiful. There's been a recent breakout in the last 2 days, and we're edging higher. There's one more level which we need to break out. Once we cross 8822, we go on to make it to 9075 again. Last 2 days, in fact, last week has been bullish, and this augurs well for whatever we're seeing on the chart. It can take us higher. The next one is CNX Consumption. We've already broken out. We're closing in on our first level of 11,751. And my sights are on the all-time high on this one because very little resistance to the left. Beautiful chart. This is the run that I'm expecting. We are all going in for the kill to the highs of all the previous periods. This is one chart which is already broken out like the Bank Nifty. This is the private banks. These has already broken up, and we are already beautifully poised. We are sideways at the moment. Very soon we should be touching this all-time high again and then going up further. So we are close to probably tracking this level once again because when we reached the all-time high, we tracked back, we tested the breakout zones, and we are higher. And this is going to take us beyond these lines. This is what I expect the market to do if everything remains calm in the markets and we don't have a really high hysteria on war. We could be going higher. CNX Infra, we are again edging. We've already broken out, edging to the next resistance, moving up further. See my chart. These are the road markers that I have placed for my distance to the top. Very soon you will see this creeping up and making its way to the top. CNX Metals. This has had a beautiful run in the last week. Once we cross this threshold of 9313, we can target 9693 and further up. This has to break out of this congestion. It will break out. There's a congestion here. Congestions don't usually give a lot of resistance, and we should be breaking out and making that move to take us to this level next week is what I think is going to happen. Let's go look at CNX Pharma. This has been a little bit of a laggard, though in the last week we did see some good moves. It took a dip after it tried to break out of here. It took a dip, went down, and now we are again trying to make an attempt to break out of that 21,796 level. Once we do that, we will have a small upside here, not looking at a lot of upside in this chart until we cross 22,190. That is the marker that you should be looking at. Until we cross that, could be sideways. We could reach 21,796 and go to 22,184. That's a 300-point gain, but yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Not a very momentous chart, but yeah, steadily, nothing to worry about. No breakdowns. We saw the breakdown. We saw some buying come in, so it's healthy. This particular move is pretty healthy, and we could be heading higher. The one that we really want to move is the CNX ID. It's been really lagging, went down, has had a good recovery. We are close to this breakout level of 32,184. Reaching this will take us to 39,967, which is imminent. I think this chart is looking to sharply go higher, and some components in this chart are looking good. So I'm expecting this 39,967 soon. Once we cross that, we go higher. The US tech is doing pretty well. There are no alarm bells there. AI is creating some kind of waves on this sector, and whether it's going to help the sector as far as India is concerned, or it's going to be a problem, time will tell. But yeah, there are two sides to the coin. AI will help the sector, or AI will create a problem for the sector. Something to be seen. People are sitting on the fence. That's the reason you're not seeing a breakout. Things will crystallize as we move higher. We'll know the outcome. If we go lower, we'll know which way the market is going to head as far as the IT sector is concerned. Big component of our markets and of our offshoring markets, export markets, an important component of whatever we're looking at. And last but not the least, we are looking at CNX small caps. Now, small caps have really broken out, and there's huge potential for the small cap to do well. This is something that gives multi-baggers, and you should be keen to look at them. You pick out the best of the small cap market, and you're going to look at a big run, because we've broken out of a good area, and once we've broken out of that area, we can look for a good rise. I'm expecting 18,095 soon, and then maybe 19,034 also. So this is something that you should look out for. So guys, this was all the sectors that I needed to cover to show you that we are bullish in the market and we are heading higher. And in my knowledge, in my assessment, in my analysis, we are going to get to the all-time highs very soon. We've already seen that happening in the Bank Nifty. It's the turn of the Nifty to get us there. So buy every dip, stay long, choose the right stocks in the right sectors, and make money from the markets. That's all I wish for all of you. Have a lovely weekend. About to end. Let's start cracking Monday morning, trade our charts, and make money. Trust me, it's not rocket science to make money from the markets. It's just reading the right signals and executing with patience and with absolute calmness in your mind. If you can achieve all of that, there's no way you cannot prosper from the market. If you need any help, I'm just a DM away. Just text me or DM me, and I'm all there to help you make it big from the markets. That's it. Thanks a lot. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.